Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolits. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
The Yarrow and Lyram kingdoms lay side by side, surrounded by Havenfield, Weston, Meadow, Stonebridge, and Brighton kingdoms. These 7 small nations, equal in scale and strength, found solace in their balanced power dynamics. Encircled by the daunting, outraged spirits mountains, they maintained an uneasy peace. But to their east lay the formidable Eastern Palm, a nation whose might dwarfed them all. To resist its overwhelming power, the 7 kingdoms formed the 7 Kingdoms Alliance, a pact of unity in defense against any threat. Between them and Eastern Palm stretched the vast Eastern Prairie, an expanse of green serenity. Yet today a disturbance stirred within its tranquil embrace. A fiery light streaked across the sky, halting abruptly to reveal a middle-aged man, seemingly in his 50s. He was an outsider, not of the 7 Kingdoms Alliance, and his attire reflected his enigmatic presence. Gazing intently toward Eastern Palm, his eyes narrowed with purpose. As if summoned by his presence, more lights ignited the sky. 7 or 8 figures joined him, all radiating an aura of power beyond the 5th stage of the intermediate level.
It begins.
His voice carried a weight of impending doom. In the distance, a deafening roar erupted, shaking the very fabric of the world. An army, vast and formidable, marched toward the Eastern Prairie, its thunderous footsteps echoing like a storm. Millions of soldiers, each with cultivation levels surpassing the foundation level, moved in perfect unison. Their leaders, experts of the intermediate level, led them with unwavering resolve. This force could obliterate any of the 7 kingdoms effortlessly. In the sky, an aerial legion advanced, accompanied by ferocious demonic beasts. War was imminent, its reason shrouded in mystery, yet the threat was unmistakable. Meanwhile, unaware of the brewing chaos, Zane Martell, a member of the 5 Spirits sect in Yarrow Kingdom, strolled through Titan Academy's bustling trading street. His goal was simple: to find a suitable elixir for his cultivation needs.
Excuse me, do you have harmony pills?
Yes, sir. Harmony pills are perfect for intermediate level practitioners. They replenish vital energy remarkably and contain a trace of elemental power, ideal for those seeking to comprehend the power of nature.
Elemental power?
Zane Martell's eyes widened with pleasant surprise. Taking a deep breath, he savored the elixir's fragrant aroma, a promise of its potent effects. He quickly decided to purchase it. The elemental power, although minor, held the potential to unlock deeper understandings of nature over time. Beyond elixirs, Zane Martell sought a new cauldron. His current one, a gift from Otto of Sun County, was outdated and inadequate for refining pills of the intermediate level. He approached the shop assistant with another query.
Do you sell cauldrons?
Sir, are you planning to refine your own pills?
Why not?
The assistant stared in astonishment, taken aback by Zane Martell's resolve. As Zane Martell's journey of self-improvement continued, an unseen storm loomed on the horizon, threatening to engulf the peace of the 7 Kingdoms Alliance. The sky darkened as if reflecting the turmoil to come. The fate of many lay intertwined with the events unfolding across the Eastern Prairie. What lay ahead for Zane Martell and the 7 Kingdoms? The air crackled with suspense, leaving the future shrouded in uncertainty. Zane Martell's heart sank when the shop assistant informed him that they didn't have a cauldron. But he didn't give up.
If you're looking for a cauldron, try the Medicine Spirit House at the end of the street,
the assistant suggested.
Medicine Spirit House?
Zane Martell left the shop, eyes scanning the lively street filled with vendors and shoppers. The sounds of haggling and chatter filled the air, as vibrant as any of the 4 major academies. He arrived at the Medicine Spirit House, a modest 1-story shop buzzing with activity. A crowd fought over some elusive elixir, sparking Zane Martell's curiosity. A shop assistant greeted him promptly. After Zane Martell explained his need for a cauldron, the assistant led him to a shelf displaying various colorful furnaces. One in particular caught his eye, the Beast Fire Cauldron. Its unique feature was its ability to increase elixir success rates when mixed with demonic beast blood essence.
I want the Beast Fire Cauldron.
The assistant's expression changed to one of embarrassment.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's not for sale.
Not for sale? Why? Is it reserved? I'll pay more.
Despite his insistence, the assistant shook her head, her discomfort evident.
It's the boss's furnace. I don't know why it's on display.
She admitted. Zane Martell felt a surge of anger and confusion. Just as he was about to lose his temper, a familiar voice chuckled from behind him.
Zane Martell, long time no see. I didn't expect you to join Titan Academy.
Zane Martell turned to see a plump, Buddha-like man with a level at the 5th stage of the intermediate level. Deputy Hall Chief Quinn of the Hall of Elixirs, his former mentor. Zane Martell was shocked.
Deputy Hall Chief?
What Deputy Hall Chief? Now that you're at Titan Academy, call me Senior Brother. I'm just a fellow disciple here.
Zane Martell learned that Quinn had been at Titan Academy all along.
I've heard about your recent antics. Xavier asked me to look after you. Seems like the tables have turned.
Master and the others know about me.
Yes, I've informed them. No need to worry.
Zane Martell felt a wave of relief wash over him. Communication with the outside world had been impossible due to Titan Academy's unique location, and he had been anxious about his mentors. Quinn walked over to the Beast Fire Cauldron, gesturing at it with a knowing smile.
Do you like this furnace?
I do, but it's not for sale. They said it belongs to the boss. I think they're just messing with me.
Zane Martell's frustration was evident. He had his heart set on the furnace and wasn't ready to give up. Quinn's eyes twinkled with amusement as he made an offer.
How about this? Promise me one condition, and I'll give you the Beast Fire Cauldron.
As Zane Martell weighed his options, the vibrant street outside seemed to fade into the background. The Beast Fire Cauldron was within reach, but at what cost? The stage was set for another critical decision, one that would undoubtedly shape his path at Titan Academy and beyond. As Quinn's words hung in the air, Zane's eyes widened in a mixture of surprise and embarrassment.
Give it to me? Surely you're not implying, Senior Quinn, do you run this place as well?
Ha 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 ha. Is that so hard to believe? Perhaps you're reconsidering your earlier proposition to teach me a lesson?
A rueful smile played across Zane's lips as he hurriedly attempted to smooth over the situation.
I assure you it was just joking. Please, do not take offense. How can I help you?
Quinn's eyes darted around the room, assessing the surroundings. Deeming it an unsuitable place for their discussion, he ushered Zane into the inner sanctum of the hall. Once inside the sanctum, Quinn produced a radiant golden crystal and placed it on the table.
This extraordinary crystal is known as Gang Metal. Its hardness is unparalleled, and we've long utilized it in the forging of weapons. However, its true potential as a medicinal ingredient remains a closely guarded secret.
Zane gingerly lifted the gang metal. He turned it over in his hands and marveled at its unique nature. Were it not for Quinn Heyman's presence, Zane might have been tempted to test the metal's resilience against his blade.
So, are you saying that?
We don't have any gang metal in Yarrow Kingdom. The only place to get it is Sun Moon Lake, near the Eastern Prairie in the Seven Kingdoms Alliance. Should you succeed in, getting some for me, this Beast Fire Elixir furnace is all yours.
The Eastern Prairie? Are you serious right now?
Zane's surprise was palpable. Though his knowledge of this world was limited, the reputation of the Eastern Prairie was not lost on him. Beyond the borders of the Seven Kingdoms lay the domain of the Great Eastern Palm, a region teeming with formidable experts. Tales had reached his ears of fierce conflicts between the Seven Kingdoms Alliance's elite and the forces of the Great Eastern Palm. The battles had exacted a terrible toll, with countless lives lost or altered. Both sides maintained a vigilant presence along the borders in the aftermath, wary of further incursions. The risk of such an undertaking was undeniable. Perceiving Zane's hesitation, Quinn adopted a somber tone as he spoke.
Look, Zane, I really need this material. If you agree to do this task, I'll throw in 2 vials of rare medicine pills. Rest assured, you won't be alone. Other accomplished individuals, all ranked within the bronze list, have been entrusted with similar missions. Plus, Sun Moon Lake is close enough to the 7 kingdoms. You probably won't run into any great Eastern Palm forces.
Quinn then produced 2 vials, placing them on the table. As Zane unsealed them, his expression transformed.
The legendary seething blood pill and 5 poisons pill.
After a moment of intense internal deliberation, Zane agreed to the mission.
All right then. I'm in. Your offer's too good to pass up.
The two engaged in a detailed discussion of the mission parameters. Upon reaching an agreement, Quinn promptly arranged for the delivery of the Beastfire Elixir Furnace, his gaze following Zane as the young cultivator took his leave. With a month remaining before their scheduled departure, Zane devoted himself to the task at hand. Day and night, he immersed himself in the intricacies of pill formulation, producing a substantial number of medicinal pills. Zane also wanted to buy a sword befitting his skills. However, after an exhaustive search yielded no satisfactory options, he reluctantly gave up. Soon, the day of departure was upon him. As Zane approached the gates of Titan Academy, he found Quinn Heyman awaiting him, accompanied by 3 unfamiliar figures. Among them stood a young man who appeared to be of similar age to Zane. This individual, introduced as Andrew Liu, had attained the pinnacle of the 4th stage of the intermediate level, despite his tender years. Nearby, an unassuming woman stood with her arms crossed, her eyes closed in seeming meditation. This was Emily Lance, a cultivator who was at the 5th stage of the intermediate level. The final member of their party was a man of approximately 20 years. He exuded an aura of power that surpassed his companions. This imposing figure, at the 7th stage of the intermediate level, was Brad Rooney. Brad's shock at finding Zane among their number was evident. Without hesitation, he fixed Zane with a withering glare, his voice dripping with venom.
Zane Martel, you've got some nerve showing up here. You still owe me for stealing my brother's elemental stones and hurting him. You're gonna pay with your life right now!
Disregarding the reactions of those around him, Brad channeled his fury into action. With a swift motion of his hands, he released a torrent of fiery energy. Brad's attack took the form of an incandescent cage, its boundaries expanding violently as it interacted with the cool breeze. Brad's mastery over the power of fire was evident. The scorching energy came together in the form of a serpentine fire dragon, its talons poised to hurt Zane. Witnessing the oncoming assault, Zane's pupils constricted in alarm. Before he could react, his body responded instinctively by executing the wind serpent step. His movements were graceful and agile, outpacing even the ferocious fire dragon. The air resonated with the continuous barrage of detonations. Despite the formidable nature of Brad's pyrokinetic assault, Zane remained unharmed due to his evasive maneuvers.
Enough! Both of you, knock it off right now.
Quinn's authoritative voice cut through the chaos. Swiftly interposing himself between the combatants, he halted Brad's onslaught. His face darkened as he addressed him.
What the hell is going on here? Why are you two at each other's throats?
Zane threw a glance at Brad before letting out a chuckle. He then proceeded to explain the circumstances that had led to this confrontation. As the truth of the matter came to light, Quinn's eyes lit up. Zane's audacity in his previous encounters had surpassed all expectations.
I don't care about explanations. Zane can't be part of this. Get lost, Zane!
You didn't invite me, so who the hell are you to kick me out? Maybe you should leave instead.
You little punk! I'll break your legs for talking to me like that.
As Brad moved to renew his assault, Quinn once again positioned himself as a barrier, his words carrying a clear threat.
Brad, think carefully about what you're doing. Do you still want my help with that special medicinal pill?
The implications of this statement were not lost on Brad, whose expression grew grave. Quinn's reputation extended far beyond his role as Deputy Hall Chief of the Hall of Elixirs. Within the hallowed halls of Titan Academy, his name was spoken with reverence. As a master alchemist of unparalleled skill, countless individuals within Titan Academy sought his expertise in pill refinement. It became clear that each member of the assembled team, Brad included, had joined this expedition with the ulterior motive of securing Quinn's favor.
Fine, I'll back off, for now. But if anything happens to Zane on this trip, if he gets hurt or worse, it's not on me.
Brad's words were forced through gritted teeth, barely concealing his simmering resentment. With the air cleared, at least temporarily, the quintet took to the skies, their course set for the distant expanse of the Eastern Prairie. This area, situated in proximity to the formidable Great Eastern Palm, represented a journey of considerable distance. Even traveling at their maximum speed, the expedition would require no less than a month to reach their destination. This plan assumed everything would go smoothly, without any of the usual dangers of such a trip. To speed things up, Quinn had arranged to use a transmission formation, which would basically teleport them right to the edge of the grasslands. The Seven Kingdoms Alliance, always on guard against attacks from the Great Eastern Palm, had set up this network of arcane teleportation spots. These formations provided a quick way to get to the prairie lands they controlled. However, the requirements for such transportation were massive. Without considerable financial resources, utilization of these formations remained beyond the reach of most. Fortunately, for an alchemy master like Quinn, money was never an issue. After 5 days of backbreaking travel, the party arrived at the base of a towering peak known as Mount Athena. There they found a massive transmission formation carved into the rock. Quinn casually took out hundreds of crystals from his storage ring and threw them at the formation. His fingers then moved quickly, drawing mystical symbols in the air. The transmission formation beneath their feet pulsed and greedily absorbed the vital energy contained within the crystals. In a blinding flash, glowing tendrils shot up from the ground, wrapping around the 5 travelers in a weird, otherworldly embrace.
Whoa! Is this what a real transmission formation can do?
Zane was amazed. He had traveled between dimensions before through the Blood Demon Basin's space channel, but this was his first time using a real teleportation formation. The feeling was completely disorienting. Zane's vision went blurry, and his head spun like he'd been hit. The world around him melted into a jumble of broken images, making him feel like he was floating in space. Slowly, the crazy sensation started to fade. As Zane's mind cleared, he found himself sprawled on unfamiliar ground. The other 4 were standing nearby, looking like they'd handled the trip much better than he had.
Zane, you're finally with us again. How are you feeling?
Quinn walked over, sounding genuinely worried about his dizzy companion. Zane Martel stood up with difficulty, his vigor seemingly hurt. He staggered and looked down at himself, confused.
Huh? Senior Quinn, did I faint?
Long-distance transmissions will consume a lot of willpower. This will happen if you only pay attention to your body's cultivation instead of your willpower.
Humph. With such weak willpower, we all had to wait for you. I'm not even sure you know what you're doing here.
Weak willpower? I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought it would grow with my level. Refining pills with the shadow of the Dragon Devourer would also consume willpower. It seems I have to find a way to repair this weakness.
The five then flew in the sky with a single destination in mind. They were heading towards the prairie's grassland, which meant they were about 2 days away from the Sun Moon Lake. As they flew, a green light suddenly appeared where heaven and earth met, and it quickly expanded. They had officially entered the prairie, which was vast, peaceful, and very quiet. The breeze blew over the grassland that looked like a sea of grass.
Wow, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
3 hours later, the five stopped for a break before continuing their journey.
As the Eastern Prairie's grassland is vast, with many strange demonic beasts living here, we have to be on high alert so nothing will take us by surprise.
Suddenly, a black dot the size of a soybean appeared in the sky not far away. The black spot gradually enlarged, allowing the outline of it to be seen clearly. It was a group of about 30 wolf-shaped demonic beasts.
Oh no, Sky Wolves. Everyone get ready for battle.
Be on guard.
Quinn's hands shone, and Andrew Liu immediately flew upwards as a soft whip appeared in Emily Lane's hand. There was a flash of light in Brad's hand, and a huge battle axe appeared. He was already locked in combat with a Sky Wolf.
We have to take care of this.
Black shadows flashed in front of Zane Martel, and one of them was an adult-sized Sky Wolf who had already begun pouncing on him.
These sky wolves are indeed demonic beasts that have been living in the sky for a long time. Their movements are swift and powerful, and their reactions are sensitive. In the blink of an eye, they have exchanged more than a dozen offenses with us.
Suddenly, flesh and blood flew everywhere. The Sky Wolf in front of Zane Martel was cut in half, and before its corpse fell from the sky, it was absorbed by Zane Martel's blood essence.
This is a good opportunity to collect the blood essence of the demonic beasts, to fill the beast blood pool.
Fortunately, the Sky Wolves were not too strong an opponent, as the five took care of them in less than 10 minutes.
Only one Skywolf was the strongest at the 6th level of the intermediate level. In the end, it was killed by me and Brad with the power of fire.
At that moment, Zane Martel witnessed the power of fire, as if he had seen the threshold of it.
What does this mean? Is this some kind of power that I can learn?
And just as Zane Martel was about to continue pondering this question, a dark shadow loomed over them, casting a sinister presence across the vast expanse of the prairie. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the team continued to move forward, their senses on high alert. Suddenly, a dark shape emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light.
Zane Martel, we have to prepare. With this sighting of a small Skywolf pack, I suggest we're in for a long night.
What's going on? These demonic beasts are getting stronger by the minute.
The team pressed on, their footsteps quiet on the grassland. The night air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the chirping of cicadas.
We've got to keep moving. We can't let our guard down.
This is insane. We're being attacked by the demonic beasts left and right.
The sky above was ablaze with a brilliant full moon, casting an eerie glow over the grassland. The air was electric with tension as the team fought to stay alive.
We have to get out of here. Skywolves go mad on a full moon night.
What's going on? Why are they so strong?
The battle raged on, with Zane Martel using his Thunderbolt fist to fend off the demonic beasts. But even his powerful attacks seemed to be having little effect.
Damn it, Brad, you're not even helping. Shut up and fight.
We can't keep fighting like this. We have to get out of here.
The team made a break for it, fleeing from the demonic beasts as fast as they could. But Zane Martel was hot on their heels, determined to take down as many Skywolves as he could.
I'm not going to let them get away. I'll show them what I'm capable of.
The chase was on, with Zane Martel using his Wind Serpent step to keep pace with the fleeing team. But as they flew across the grassland, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being herded towards some unknown fate.
What's going on? Why are they doing this?
And just as Zane Martell thought he had finally caught up with the others, he heard a faint cry for help.
Andrew Liu, he's injured.
We have to get out of here, now!
The team scattered, leaving Zane Martell to face the demonic beasts alone. But as he looked up at the full moon hanging above him, he knew that he couldn't give up.
I'm not going to let them win. I'll take down every last one of them!
And with that, Zane Martell launched himself into a fierce battle against the demonic beasts, determined to emerge victorious.